Stop what you are doing right now. Do not look away and do not scroll past this moment, for this is not a coincidence of an algorithm, but a sovereign appointment orchestrated in the halls of eternity. I have watched you, my precious child, as you hovered your finger over the screen ready to turn away. But I have whispered to your spirit to stay, for I have a word that cannot wait another hour. This is a divine intervention, a celestial rescue mission aimed directly at your heart. Because I have heard the silent screams you thought were lost in the void. You are not here by chance. You are here because the great I Am has called your name from the foundations of the world to receive a message that will shift the very trajectory of your destiny. The gates of heaven are swinging wide open at this very second, and the atmosphere around you is being charged with a power you haven't felt in seasons. This is your burning bush moment, your encounter with the divine that changes everything. And if you listen closely with the ears of your spirit, you will hear the chains of your past beginning to rattle and break. Before I reveal the magnitude of the blessing that is currently descending upon your life, I need you to declare your presence in this sacred space. Do not remain a silent observer while the windows of heaven are opening over you. Type "I am here, Lord" or 7007 right now in the comments to open the gates and signal to the spiritual realm that you are ready to receive your portion. This simple act of faith is your first step out of the wilderness and into the promised land I have prepared for you. Furthermore, I invite you to join this family of believers by pressing the like button and subscribing to this channel right now. Do this to signal your agreement with heaven and to ensure that this cord of divine communication remains unbroken, for I am about to pour out a revelation so deep that your soul will finally find the rest it has been searching for. Can you feel the shift in the air? There is a weight of glory entering your room, a sacred stillness that signals the closing of one chapter and the miraculous birth of another. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the one who knows the end from the beginning. And I am telling you that the door of time is currently positioned in a way that favors your breakthrough. For too long you have felt like you were running against the wind, constantly pushed back by forces you could not see. But the wind is changing direction today. I am moving the mountains that have stood in your path, not because you are perfect, but because you are mine, and I have seen the faithfulness you displayed when no one was watching. I have seen your tears, I have heard your prayers, and I have counted every drop of sweat you spent trying to build a life that seems to be crumbling. But behold, I am doing a new thing. It springs forth even now, and I am calling you to perceive it before the opportunity passes. This message is a clarion call from the throne, an urgent decree that your season of hiddenness is coming to an end. You have been in the shadows for so long that you have forgotten the warmth of the sun, but I am here to remind you that you were never forgotten, only protected. The delay you experienced was not a denial. It was a divine shielding, a period of strengthening your inner man so that you could carry the weight of the glory I am about to bestow upon you. If you turn away now, you risk missing the specific instructions I have for your financial restoration, your emotional healing, and your spiritual victory. The heavens are pregnant with your miracle, and the time for delivery has arrived. Stay with me, listen to my whisper, and allow my love to wash away the fear that has paralyzed your potential for far too long. I am your Father, your shield, and your great reward, and today I am coming to take you home to the purpose you were born to fulfill. My beloved child, I have walked beside you through the longest corridors of your silence. I saw you when the sun went down and the world grew quiet, leaving you alone with the echoes of your own thoughts. I was there in those midnight hours when you sat on the edge of your bed, your head in your hands, wondering if anyone truly understood the depth of the ache inside your chest. I saw the tears that didn't just fall from your eyes, but seemed to leak from the very core of your soul. You tried to be strong for everyone else during the day, wearing a mask of "I'm fine and don't worry about me," but I saw the mask crack the moment you closed your door. I counted every single drop that hit your pillow. Tears of frustration, tears of feeling forgotten, and tears for the dreams you fear have died. You felt a hollow void in your lungs, a weight so heavy it made even drawing a breath feel like a chore. You thought those moments were empty, but they were filled with my presence. Even when you couldn't find the words to pray and all you could offer was a sob, I was translating those groans into petitions before the throne. You are not invisible to me. I have archived every moment of your sorrow, and I am here now to tell you that not a single second of your pain has been wasted. I have seen the weariness that has seeped into your very bones, a fatigue that no amount of sleep seems to cure. You wake up feeling just as tired as when you laid down, carrying a heaviness in your limbs that doctors cannot explain and medicine cannot reach. This is not merely a physical exhaustion. It is the weariness of a spirit that has been standing on the front lines for too long without a moment of relief. I saw you struggling to keep your head above water as wave after wave of responsibility, worry, and disappointment crashed over you. Your heart feels bruised like a vessel that has been stretched to its breaking point, and you have wondered if you would ever feel light again. I know the sharp pain in your chest when you think about the future and the dull throb of regret when you look at the past. You have felt as though your life is a container being filled with lead instead of joy, pushing out the peace and the creativity I placed within you. But listen to my voice. I am the one who restores the soul. I am the one who takes the heavy yoke and replaces it with my own, which is easy and light. The depletion you feel is the signal that you have reached the end of your own strength, and it is exactly at this point that my supernatural strength begins to flow. There were times when you felt like you were disappearing, as if the world was moving on and you were stuck in a gray, stagnant fog. You looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the person looking back. The spark in your eyes had dimmed, and the laughter that used to come so easily felt like a distant memory. I saw the moments you felt overlooked and undervalued, even by those you loved the most. You have given so much of yourself to others, pouring out your energy, your time, and your kindness, only to find yourself empty at the end of the day with no one to pour back into you. But I want you to know that I am your fountain. I have seen the quiet battles you fought and won without a single word of praise from man. I saw you choose kindness when you were treated harshly. I saw you choose integrity when it would have been easier to compromise. Your dark night of the soul was not a punishment, but a deep work of preparation. I am digging deep foundations in you because I intend to build something magnificent upon your life. The hollowness you feel is not an end, but the clearing of space for the abundance that is coming. I am touching those hidden wounds now, the ones you don't talk about, the ones that still sting when you're alone. I am pouring the oil of my spirit into every crack of your broken heart. Your restoration is not just a hope. It is a promise currently in motion. My child, I was there when the ones you loved the most turned their backs on you. I saw the look of disbelief in your eyes when you realized that those you would have laid down your life for were the very ones plotting your downfall in secret. I watched as you opened the doors of your home and your heart, offering a seat at your table to people who were only looking for a way to use your generosity as a stepping stone. You felt the sharp, cold sting of betrayal, the kind that leaves a scar deeper than any physical wound. You asked me, why, Lord? Why did they do this when all I gave them was love? I heard the whispers behind your back, the lies spoken in hushed tones to destroy your reputation, and the mocking laughter of those who mistook your kindness for naivety. They took your light and tried to claim it as their own, and when they couldn't steal your essence, they tried to break your spirit. But I want you to know that I saw every hidden agenda and every deceitful smile. Not a single act of treachery has escaped my sight, and not a single tear you shed over their disloyalty has gone unnoticed by the heavens. I am the God who sees in the dark, and I was standing right there beside you, holding you up when your world felt like it was crumbling because of the very hands you once held. You have often wondered why the more you give, the more people seem to take without a word of gratitude. You have felt like a reservoir that everyone drinks from, yet no one bothers to refill. In your family, among your friends, and even in your workplace, you have been the one to bridge the gaps, to offer the olive branch, and to provide the shoulder to cry on. Yet when the storm hit your own life, you looked around and found yourself standing entirely alone. This isolation was not an accident, it was a separation. I allowed the masks to fall so that you could see the true hearts of those around you. They couldn't handle the purity of the light I placed within you. Your very presence was a conviction to their shadows, and instead of rising to meet your level of grace, they chose to try and pull you down to their level of brokenness. Do not let their coldness turn your heart to stone. You were created to be a giver, but you must now learn to be a steward of your own spirit. I am moving people out of your life not to hurt you, but to protect the miracle that is about to be birthed. Some people are only meant to be a part of your history, not your destiny. I am clearing the weeds from your garden so that the fruits of this new season can grow without being choked by the bitterness of those who do not belong in your future. I am your vindicator, and I am the one who will set the record straight. You do not need to fight these battles with your own words or defend yourself against their accusations. I am preparing a table for you in the very presence of those who tried to destroy you. They thought they had finished you, but they only succeeded in pushing you closer to my heart. I will make your righteousness shine like the noonday sun, and those who laughed at your struggles will soon marvel at your elevation. I am calling you to release the debt of their betrayal. If you hold on to the bitterness, you remain tied to their darkness. But if you release them to me, you step into the fullness of my freedom. I have a new circle for you, a tribe of souls who will cherish your heart and honor your light. I am bringing people into your life who will pour into you as much as you pour into them. You are being rebuilt, refined, and repositioned. The rejection you felt from man was actually my protection in disguise. Trust me to handle the justice. Your job is to keep your heart open for the love that is coming. You are the chosen one, and your worth is not defined by their inability to see it, but by my eternal love for you. My beloved, there comes a point in the journey where the spirit becomes so heavy that even the thought of tomorrow feels like an unbearable mountain. I see you in this very moment standing at the precipice of your endurance, where the light seems to have flickered out and the silence of the world feels deafening. This is the dark night of the soul, a place where your prayers feel like they are hitting a ceiling of brass, and your heart feels like a dry, cracked desert. I have watched you try to navigate this labyrinth of exhaustion, where every step forward feels like walking through deep, thick mud. You have asked me where I was and why the silence has been so long. You have felt like a candle burned at both ends, giving off your last bit of heat until there is nothing left but cold wax and a faint trail of smoke. I want you to know that I am closest to you when you feel the most distant from me. I am the breath in your lungs when you feel like you are suffocating under the pressure of life's demands. You have reached the end of yourself, but that is exactly where my kingdom begins. You are not failing because you are tired. You are simply human, and I am the God who created you to need my rest. Right now, in this sacred second of connection, I want you to stop fighting the fatigue. Stop trying to figure out the next 10 steps and just be present with me. I want you to take a very deep, slow breath right now. Feel the air filling the spaces where anxiety has lived. Hold it for a moment, letting my peace saturate your mind. And now, exhale. Let out every burden, every what if, and every how will I that has been weighing down your shoulders like heavy stones. Do it again. Breathe in my grace and exhale your shame. I am here to tell you that it is okay to be weak in my presence. In fact, my power is made perfect in your weakness. You have been carrying the world on your back, trying to be the provider, the protector, and the problem solver for everyone else. But you were never meant to carry it alone. I am the great burden bearer. I see the invisible knots of tension in your neck and the way your heart races when you think about your bank account or your broken relationships. Lay them down at my feet. You don't have to perform for me. You don't have to be strong for me. I am your strength. This exhaustion you feel is the old version of you passing away, so that a new spirit-empowered version of you can arise. You are not breaking. You are being broken open so that the gold inside can finally be seen. Rock bottom is not your grave. It is the foundation upon which I am building your new life. When everything else falls away, the false friendships, the superficial successes, and the frantic striving, what remains is the rock of ages, and that rock is me. I am using this season of depletion to strip away the things that would have hindered you in the great season ahead. You feel like you are in a prison of tiredness, but you are actually in a cocoon of transformation. Just as the caterpillar must endure the darkness and the total dissolution of its form before it can soar, you are undergoing a divine restructuring. Do not resent the struggle, for it is producing in you an endurance that will make you unshakable. You are being trained to hear my whisper above the roar of the storm. I did not bring you this far to leave you in the wilderness. I am preparing a table of refreshment for you, and even now I am sending my angels to minister to your spirit. Rest in the knowledge that you don't have to earn my love or my help. It is yours simply because you are mine. This exhaustion is but a temporary shadow, and the dawn that is about to break will be brighter than any you have ever known. Trust the process, trust the timing, and most of all, trust that I am holding you even when you cannot hold on to me. You have often felt as though there is an invisible wall standing between you and your dreams. A shadow that follows your every move and whispers lies into the quiet spaces of your mind. You have wondered why every time you take a step toward your purpose, the wind seems to howl louder and the obstacles seem to multiply. My child, I want to pull back the veil and show you the truth. You are not fighting against flesh and blood, nor are you merely experiencing a string of bad luck. There is an invisible enemy, a force of darkness that is deeply jealous of the light I have deposited within your spirit. This adversary has watched you since the moment you were born, sensing that you carry a seed of greatness that could dismantle his kingdom of despair. He has targeted your mind with confusion, your body with unexplained sickness, and your finances with sudden leaks, all in a desperate attempt to make you quit before you reach the finish line. He knows that if he can convince you that you are alone and forgotten, he can steal the mission I have entrusted to you. But I am here to tell you that his time is up, and his weapons are being shattered against the shield of my presence. This current season of intense pressure is not a sign that you are failing. It is the final attack of an enemy who knows his time is short. Just as the darkest hour of the night comes right before the sun breaks over the horizon, the fiercest spiritual battles occur right before a massive breakthrough. The enemy has sent his best shots against you, bitterness, betrayal, and a sense of utter hopelessness, but look at you. You are still standing. You are still breathing. You are still seeking me. This resilience is terrifying to the darkness because it proves that your house is built upon the rock. Every trial you have faced was designed to break you, but I have used every single one of them to build you. I have allowed you to go through the fire not to burn you, but to make you fireproof. The very trouble that was meant to stop you is being repurposed by my hand to push you forward into a new level of your destiny. The enemy thought he had you trapped, but he didn't realize he was only helping me prepare you for the weight of the glory that is coming. This truth is the key to your liberation, and as it penetrates your soul, the chains of fear are dissolving. If you feel the darkness retreating and the light of my truth flooding your heart right now, do not stay silent in this moment of revelation. Join this family of believers and press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now to signal your agreement with heaven and to claim your victory over the unseen forces. Type, "I believe in my victory," or 777 even in the comments to seal this declaration in the spiritual realm. By doing this, you are telling the enemy that his tactics no longer work on you, and that you are fully aligned with the King of Kings. I do not give big assignments to small people, and the fact that you have been under such heavy fire is the greatest evidence that you are a threat to the kingdom of darkness. You are a warrior of light, and I am the captain of your soul, leading you into a triumph that the world will not be able to ignore. The enemy's greatest weapon is the lie that you are powerless, but I have given you authority over all the power of the shadow. From this moment on, I am teaching your hands to war and your fingers to fight with the weapons of praise and decree. Stop agreeing with the lack. Stop agreeing with the sickness. Stop agreeing with the spirit of never enough. When the enemy says it's over, I want you to say it's just beginning. When he whispers that you are tired, declare that you are strong in the Lord. You are not being punished. You are being trained for a throne. The pressure you feel is the birth pangs of a miracle so large it will redefine your family's legacy for generations. I am standing between you and the devourer, and I have declared, "Touch not my anointed." Relax in my love, for the battle is not yours but mine, and I have never lost a single one. My beloved, have you ever wondered why you never seem to fit into the molds the world tried to force you into? Have you felt like a traveler from a distant land walking through a crowded room yet feeling entirely alone? This is not because you are flawed or because you are a misfit. It is because you carry the mark of the chosen. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, I set you apart. I placed a specific frequency within your soul that resonates with the heavens, making it impossible for you to find true satisfaction in the shallow things of this world. You have always possessed a deep, unexplainable hunger for truth, a longing for something more than the mundane cycle of eating, working, and sleeping. This restlessness in your spirit is my voice calling out to yours, reminding you that you were made for eternity. You were not designed to blend in. You were designed to stand out as a lighthouse in a sea of shadows. This mark is a seal of my ownership, a divine branding that signals to the spiritual realm that you belong to the King of Kings. It is the reason why you cannot find peace in the places where others find pleasure, and why your heart yearns for a home you have never physically visited. This mark often manifests as a heightened sensitivity that many around you have misunderstood. You feel the pain of others as if it were your own. You can sense the atmosphere of a room the moment you walk in, and you often pick up on the hidden emotions and motives of people before they even speak a word. Others may have called you too sensitive or overly emotional, but I tell you that this sensitivity is your superpower. It is the spiritual radar I gave you so that you could navigate the complexities of the human heart and the unseen battles around you. Because you are a chosen one, you cannot tolerate injustice or falsehood. Your spirit recoils at hypocrisy because you are wired for the authenticity of my kingdom. This inner compass has often made you feel isolated, as you couldn't join in the gossip or the petty games that others find entertaining. You have often felt like a lone voice in the wilderness, but I am here to tell you that I have kept you separate to keep you pure. I have protected your heart from being hardened by the cynicism of this age because I have a specific mission that requires the softness and the strength that only you possess. Do not mistake your uniqueness for a curse, my child. The very things that have made your life difficult, the feeling of being misunderstood, the intense spiritual attacks and the deep bouts of loneliness are all indicators of the high calling on your life. A common vessel is left in the open, but a precious treasure is kept under lock and key until the day of its unveiling. You have been in my secret place being shaped and molded by my own hands. I have seen the moments when you tried to be normal just to fit in, only to find that every time you tried to compromise your light, your soul felt like it was dying. That is because you cannot run from who I created you to be. You carry a piece of my heart, a specific facet of my glory that the world desperately needs to see. Your life is a living testimony that there is a reality beyond the visible, a hope beyond the tangible. When you walk into a room, the darkness must flee, not because of your own strength, but because of the mark that is etched upon your very essence. You are my ambassador, my hands and feet, and the bearer of a message that will set captives free. As you embrace this identity, the pieces of your broken past will begin to form a beautiful mosaic of purpose. Every trial you endured was a lesson in the school of the Spirit, preparing you for the authority you are about to exercise. You are being called out of the shadows and into the forefront of my plans for this generation. The mark of the chosen is not a badge of pride, but a mantle of service and a promise of my constant companionship. You will never have to walk a single mile alone, for my presence is the very air you breathe. The world may reject you, but I have accepted you. The world may overlook you, but I have crowned you. Rise up, my precious one, and stop apologizing for the light that burns within you. The season of hiding is over, and the era of your manifestation has begun. You are mine, and I am yours, and together we will do things that will make the ears of those who hear of it tingle with wonder. Rest in the certainty of my love, for the mark you carry is the guarantee of your victory. My child, do not be surprised by the fiery ordeal you are walking through as if something strange were happening to you. Understand that I am the great refiner, and you are the precious metal I am purifying. When you look at the flames that surround your life, you see destruction, but I see transformation. I see the dross of fear, the impurities of doubt, and the residues of your past being burned away so that only the purest reflection of my image remains. You have felt the heat intensify, and there were moments you cried out fearing the fire would consume you. But I am the Lord your God, the Holy One of Israel, your Savior. I tell you now, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers they shall not overwhelm you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, and the flame shall not consume you. For I am holding the thermostat of your life in my hands, and I will never allow the heat to exceed the strength I have given you to endure it. Gold does not become beautiful while sitting in a cold, dark mountain. Its glory is revealed only in the furnace. You are being refined because your value is immense. A common stone is never put into the fire, but a diamond is forged under extreme pressure. Every trial that has made you weep is a tool in my hands to polish the facets of your character. I am the potter and you are the clay. I am shaping you into a vessel of honor fit for the master's use. You may feel like you are being broken, but you are actually being remade into something far more resilient. Yielding to my hand sounds like weakness to the world, but it is your highest strength. When you say, Holy Spirit, I'm not in charge, you allow my power to move through the cracks of your brokenness. I did not bring you into the furnace to leave you there. I brought you in to make you fireproof. Just as I stood with the 3 faithful ones in the Babylonian furnace, I am standing in the center of your struggle right now. The only things that will be burned away are the cords of the enemy that have kept you bound. This suffering is producing in you a supernatural endurance, and that endurance is forging a character that cannot be shaken by the storms of this world. and character. My chosen one produces a hope that does not disappoint. This is the divine chemistry of the Spirit. You are emerging from this hidden season as a different person than the one who entered it. You will walk out of this fire not even smelling like smoke, but radiating the fragrance of my grace. You are being prepared to handle the weight of a blessing that would have crushed the person you used to be. Real blessings are heavy. They require strong shoulders and a heart that has been tempered by the heat of experience. I am getting you ready for a level of influence and provision that requires maturity and integrity. Facing these difficulties and solving these problems is the way I prepare you for the palace. You are stronger than you think because my strength is flowing through your veins and my life is your life. I see your faithfulness. I see the times you stayed true to me even when it felt like the world was falling apart. I know the lessons I am giving you, and I know you have the heart to pass them. This season is your entrance exam for the much I have promised. How you handle these little things, these moments of intense pressure and quiet suffering, determines the doors I will open for you next. The refiner knows the gold is pure when he can see his own reflection in the molten metal. I am looking at you now, and I see my reflection beginning to shine through your life. The process is almost complete. The fire has done its work. You are no longer just a survivor. You are a conqueror. You are being launched from the furnace into the destiny I have carved out for you since the beginning of time. Trust my timing, for I make everything beautiful in its time. The heat is subsiding and the dawn of your restoration is here. You have asked me in the quietness of your heart, "Why now, Lord? Why is the pressure so intense at this specific moment? Why does it feel like everything I have ever known is being shaken at once?" My child, I want you to understand that you are standing at a divine intersection, the precise point where your years of preparation meet my appointed time for your manifestation. In the celestial realm, there are seasons of sowing and seasons of reaping, cycles of hiding and cycles of revealing. You have just completed a significant spiritual cycle, a period of 7 years, where you were tested, pruned, and forged in the secret place. Everything that is happening right now is a signal that the old structure of your life has become too small for the greatness I am about to pour into you. The shaking you feel is not the sound of your world falling apart. It is the sound of the old foundations being removed to make way for a skyscraper of my glory. You are not late, you are not behind, and you have not missed your window. You are exactly where I need you to be for the planetary shift that is occurring in your lineage. This truth is currently liberating your soul from the weight of never enough. If you can feel the truth of this revelation vibrating in your spirit, do not let this moment pass by. Join this family of believers and press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now to signal your agreement with heaven. This is your act of faith, a way to tell the universe that you are ready for the shift. I never leave my children in the dark about my plans. By connecting with this message, you are aligning your frequency with the divine abundance I am releasing. Type, "I receive my season," or 1111 in the comments to open the portal of your destiny. I am the God of the right time, and if it hasn't happened yet, it's because the perfect alignment was still being formed. But today, the clock of heaven has struck the hour of your favor. The waiting room was not a prison. It was a construction site where I was building the character required to sustain the blessing that is now arriving. The reason it is happening now is that the world needs the specific light you carry. There is a hunger in the hearts of those around you that only your testimony can satisfy. I have allowed the dark night to persist until this moment because I needed you to be completely stripped of self-reliance, so that when the miracle happens, there will be no doubt that it was my hand that did it. We live in a time of great shaking, and I am raising up my chosen ones to be pillars of peace in the midst of the storm. You are being activated now because the doors that are about to open require a level of maturity you didn't have even 6 months ago. You have passed the discouragement test. You have survived the isolation. You have kept the faith when it made no sense. Now the stars of your destiny are aligning. The financial markets, the hearts of your enemies, and the minds of those who hold the keys to your next level are all being moved by my spirit to favor you. Do not look at the calendar and despair over the years you think you have lost. I am the Redeemer of time. I can do more in one day of my favor than you could do in a lifetime of your own effort. I am compressing time for you. What should have taken 10 years to build, I will bring to pass in a single season. I am bringing you out of the hidden season with a wisdom that others spend decades trying to acquire. This is the intersection of your history and my prophecy. You are stepping into a kairos moment, a window of opportunity where the impossible becomes your everyday reality. The silence of the past few years was my way of ensuring that you would be ready for the noise of the coming success. You are prepared. You are ready. You are chosen for this exact hour. Walk with your head held high, for the King of the universe has signaled that your time has finally come. Listen closely, my beloved, for the gears of the universe have already begun to turn in your favor. Even as you hear my voice, the spiritual atmosphere around you is thickening with the weight of a divine transition. Within the next 24 hours, I will send you the first tangible signs that the tide has finally turned. This is not a distant promise for a far-off future. It is a current reality manifesting in your physical world. Pay close attention to the small details, for they are the breadcrumbs I am leaving to lead you out of your wilderness. You will begin to notice repeating numbers appearing on clocks, receipts, and license plates: 1111, 404, or 1212. Each one a heartbeat from heaven, a cosmic yes to your prayers. These are not coincidences, but digital kisses from your Father reminding you that I am watching the clock of your destiny. You will feel a sudden, inexplicable shift in your chest. A knot of anxiety that has lived there for years will suddenly loosen, replaced by a peace that defies your current circumstances. This is the first ripple of the great wave that is about to wash over your life. In these coming hours, I will bring a specific name to your remembrance, or perhaps you will receive a message from someone you haven't spoken to in a long season. This is my way of signaling that the gates of connection are reopening. I am moving people like chess pieces on a board to position you for your breakthrough. Do not overthink these occurrences. Simply recognize them as the evidence of my invisible hand at work. You might find a lost item, receive a small but unexpected piece of good news, or feel a sudden surge of creative energy that you thought was gone forever. These are the whispers of the shift. I am clearing the static from your spiritual ears so you can hear my instructions for the bigger doors that are about to swing wide. The heavy fog of confusion is lifting, and for the first time in a long time, you will feel a sense of clarity about your next step. This is the beginning of the suddenly you have been crying out for. I am also going to touch your sleep tonight. For too long you have tossed and turned, fighting battles in your dreams and waking up more exhausted than when you laid down. But tonight I am sending my angels to stand guard over your mind. I am placing a canopy of protection over your household. You will fall into a deep restorative sleep, and in the quietness of the night I will speak to your subconscious. I will give you the solutions to the problems that have kept you awake, and I will pour the oil of healing into your nervous system. When you wake up tomorrow morning, you will feel a lightness in your spirit that you haven't felt in years. You will wake up with a knowing, a deep, unshakable conviction that the worst is behind you and the best is standing at your doorstep. This 24-hour window is your initiation into the season of manifestation. Expect the unexpected. I am the God of surprises, and I love to do exceedingly and abundantly above all you could ask or think. Some of you will receive a notification on your phone that will make your heart skip a beat with relief. Others will experience a sudden change in the attitude of someone who has been difficult toward you. This is the first shift, the cracking of the ice before the river starts to flow again. Do not doubt and do not let fear steal this moment of anticipation. Your faith is the bridge over which my blessings travel. Keep your heart open, keep your eyes peeled, and keep your spirit in a posture of gratitude. The drought is over, the clouds are gathering, and the first drops of the heavy rain of my favor are about to hit your dry ground. I am with you, I am for you, and I am moving right now. My precious child, I have heard the heavy sighs you exhale every time you look at the numbers that do not seem to add up. I have seen the way your heart tightens when a new bill arrives in the mail, and the way you have had to say no to things you deeply desired because the resources were simply not there. You have felt the spirit of lack like a cold wind blowing through your life, making you feel small and restricted. But hear my voice today. I am Jireh, your provider, and I am the one who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. I am not limited by the economy of this world, nor am I restricted by your bank balance. I have seen the years that the locusts have eaten, the years where your hard work seemed to vanish into thin air, where every step forward was met with 2 steps back, and where you felt as though you were pouring your energy into a bag with holes. I am telling you now that those years are being redeemed. I am the God who restores what was stolen, and I am moving right now to bring a supernatural overflow into your life that will make the years of drought seem like a distant memory. I have watched your faithfulness in the little. I saw you give when you had almost nothing left, and I saw the integrity you maintained when it would have been easy to cut corners. Because you have been faithful in the small things, I am now preparing to make you ruler over much. I am opening the windows of heaven and pouring out a blessing that you will not have enough room to contain. This is not just about survival, it is about an abundance that allows you to be a blessing to others. I am going to cause your container to be filled with so much joy, peace, and supply that the worry and shame of the past will be pushed out completely. No longer will you be defined by what you lack, but by the richness of my grace toward you. I am already moving in the hearts of people you haven't met yet, positioning them to favor you. I am speaking to the minds of those who make decisions about your promotions, your loans, and your contracts. The doors that were slammed in your face in the previous season are being unlocked by my unseen hand, and this time no man will be able to shut them. This truth is currently breaking the spirit of poverty over your bloodline and releasing the frequency of divine abundance into your home. If you feel the chains of financial fear dissolving and you believe I am your provider, do not remain silent. Join this family of believers and press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now to signal your agreement with heaven and to claim the wealth of the kingdom. Type "I believe in my breakthrough" or "8 Hedorion" in the comments to seal this promise of a new beginning in your life. I am the God of the suddenly, and I am about to do something so significant that it will change the trajectory of your family's legacy. I do not want you to just get by. I want you to soar. I am releasing creative ideas, business strategies, and unexpected connections that will generate wealth in ways you never thought possible. Trust in my timing. What I have destined for you is already on the way, and nothing in this world can stop it. Expect the supernatural. I am going to bring provision from sources you never expected. A debt that has been hanging over your head will be settled in a way that surprises you. A source of income that you thought was dead will suddenly spring back to life. You will find that you have more than enough because you are an heir to the King. Stop speaking words of lack and start speaking words of abundance. Instead of saying, "I can't afford it," say, "My Father is well supplied." Your words are like seeds. Every time you speak my promises, they are taking root in the spiritual realm, preparing to manifest in the physical. You have passed the test of discouragement, and now you are entering the season of your reward. The pressure of the past was only meant to strengthen your character so that you could handle the weight of this coming blessing. Relax and trust me. I have always carried you, and I will not fail you now. Your financial rescue is not just a possibility, it is my decree. My child, I have seen the empty chairs at your table and the silence on the other end of the phone. I know the sharp sting of being cast aside by those who were supposed to be your sanctuary. I saw the tears you shed when you realized that the ones you defended with your whole heart were the very ones who sought your ruin behind your back. You have lived through seasons of profound isolation, feeling like a ghost in your own life, but I tell you today that the scales of justice are being balanced in the courts of heaven. I am the God of righteousness, and I do not sleep while my children are being slandered or mistreated. I have heard every false word spoken against you, every lie intended to tarnish your reputation, and every whisper meant to isolate you from the support you deserved. I am stepping into the courtroom of your life right now as your divine advocate. Those who dug a pit for you will fall into it themselves, and the truth that has been suppressed for so long will now break forth like the morning sun. You do not have to argue your case or plead for your dignity anymore. I am the one who vindicates you, and my verdict is final. The restoration I am bringing is not merely a return to the way things were, but a total transformation of your social and emotional landscape. For some of you, I am moving upon the hearts of those who walked away, and they will return with a humble spirit and an apology you never thought you would hear in this lifetime. But for many others, I am doing something even greater. I am giving you the supernatural strength to let go of the ghosts of your past without the weight of their judgment holding you back. I am removing the toxic branches from your life so that your soul can finally breathe and grow. I am bringing destiny helpers into your path, people who see your value without you having to explain it, people who will pour into your spirit and sharpen your mind as iron sharpens iron. These are the triune connections, the soul ties ordained by heaven, designed to propel you into the mission I have for you. You have spent too long trying to belong where you were only tolerated, but I am leading you to a place where you will be celebrated and cherished for exactly who I made you to be. Justice is not just about the settling of accounts. It is about the healing of the wounded parts of your soul. I am reaching into the places where betrayal has left you cynical, guarded, and afraid to open up again. I am softening the walls you built for protection and replacing them with my own hedge of glory. I am restoring your ability to trust, but this time it will be a trust guided by my spirit and discernment, not by your own need for human approval. The years you spent in loneliness were not a waste. They were a time for you to learn that I am your ultimate companion and your truest friend. Now that you have found your strength in me, I am opening the doors to a true community of believers. I am bringing reconciliation where it is healthy and permanent separation where it is necessary for your peace. You will no longer be the person everyone takes from until you are empty. You will be part of a divine exchange of love, respect, and mutual support. I am redeeming every hour you lost in heartbreak and turning your mourning into a dance of victory. Stand still and watch the salvation of your Lord manifest in your relationships. You do not need to seek revenge or harbor bitterness, for bitterness is a poison that only hurts the vessel that carries it. Hand the files of your grievances to me, and I will handle the sentencing and the justice. While I am dealing with those who mistreated you, I want you to focus on the new life I am blooming around you. There are people currently being prompted by my spirit to reach out to you, to offer you opportunities, and to give you the kindness you have been starved of for years. Your reputation is safe in my hands. I will cause even your enemies to be at peace with you, or I will move them so far from your borders that their voices will never reach your ears again. The justice of heaven is swift, and the restoration of your heart is my priority. You are being surrounded by a circle of honor, and the love that is coming into your life will be a reflection of the royalty you carry as my chosen one. I have seen you struggling to move, my beloved child, feeling as though your very flesh is heavy with the weight of years of unresolved trauma and silent battles. I have felt the sharp stabs of pain in your joints, the persistent pressure behind your eyes, and the way your heart sometimes flutters with a fear that has no name. You have sought answers in the world of medicine only to be met with shrugs or temporary fixes that do not reach the root of your suffering. But I am the one who knit you together in your mother's womb. I know every nerve ending, every blood vessel, and every thought that crosses your mind before it even forms. I am reaching out my hand right now to touch the places where the world has broken you. I am pouring the liquid light of my presence into your nervous system, calming the storms of cortisol and adrenaline that have kept you in a state of fight or flight for far too long. Feel the warmth of my love beginning to circulate through your limbs, loosening the knots of tension in your neck and shoulders and bringing a deep supernatural relaxation to your weary frame. This is not just a feeling. It is the physical manifestation of my grace reclaiming its temple. Your mind has been like a battlefield clouded by a fog that makes even simple decisions feel like insurmountable obstacles. I have seen the mental exhaustion, the way you forget things because your soul is too busy trying to survive to remember the trivialities of the day. But behold, I am clearing the atmosphere of your intellect. I am the spirit of truth and wisdom, and I am breathing a new clarity into your consciousness. The confusion that the enemy sent to paralyze you is being burned away by the fire of my word. I am restoring your focus, your memory, and your creativity. You will find that the ideas which once seemed out of reach are now flowing effortlessly into your mind. I am the great physician, and I am not only healing your physical ailments, but also the hidden fractures in your psyche. I am erasing the scars of shame and the echoes of voices that told you that you were not enough. You are being renewed from the inside out, and the vitality of my kingdom is becoming your physical strength. You are not destined for a life of chronic pain or mental darkness. You are destined to walk in the light of divine health and sound mind. This healing power is available to you right now, for I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. If you believe that I am breaking the chains of sickness and restoring your vitality in this very moment, do not let this invitation pass you by. Type "I am whole" or 777 in the comments right now to activate the healing frequency in your life. By speaking these words, you are coming into agreement with the great physician and slamming the door on the spirit of infirmity. Furthermore, join this family of believers and press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now. Do this to seal your agreement with heaven and to ensure you continue to receive the spiritual nourishment your soul requires. Every time you engage with my word, you are strengthening your immune system against the attacks of the enemy. I am getting you prepared to handle the weight of the blessing I have previously promised, and a strong blessing requires a strong vessel. I am tempering your body and mind like fine steel so that you can stand tall in the days of your great harvest. Your health is being restored because your mission is too important to be hindered by physical limitations. Behold, the rejuvenation of your spirit is manifesting as a glow upon your countenance. People will look at you and wonder why your eyes are brighter and your step is lighter. It is because the great I Am has visited your house and made his home within you. Stop declaring I am tired and start declaring I am strong in the Lord. Your words are the seeds of your health. Every time you speak life, you are watering the garden of your well-being. I am giving you a new level of energy that will surprise you, enabling you to do the things you once loved but had to abandon. The sickness was a delay, but it was not a destination. I have taken you through the fire of physical and mental testing to make you fireproof. You are emerging with a testimony of healing that will inspire thousands. Rest in my peace tonight, for I am the one who watches over you, and I am currently perfecting all that concerns your body, soul, and spirit. Your restoration is complete in the spirit, and it is now manifesting in the physical. Breathe deep, for the air of the kingdom is now your life force. My precious child, you have emerged from the eye of the hurricane. And though you may still feel the dampness of the rain upon your skin, you must realize that you are not the same person who entered the clouds. You have been through the fire, the flood, and the wilderness, but look at your hands, they have been trained for war. Look at your heart, it has been expanded to hold the weight of nations. I did not pull you from the wreckage of your past just so you could go back to a normal life or hide in the comfort of your old routines. I have rescued you because I have a specific high-stakes assignment that only a soul tempered by your specific pain can fulfill. Your scars are not reminders of your shame. They are your credentials. They are the evidence that you have walked through the valley of the shadow of death and feared no evil because I was with you. Now I am calling you to be the lighthouse for those who are still drowning in the same waves that once tried to swallow you. You are being transitioned from a survivor into a sovereign leader in my kingdom, and the wisdom you gained in the dark is the light you will now carry into the world's deepest shadows. This new mission requires a radical shift in your identity. You must bury the inner victim once and for all and fully embrace the victor that I have crowned you to be. I am placing a mantle of authority upon your shoulders that will cause doors to open not just for you, but for those I have assigned to your care. You were created to be a vessel, not a reservoir. If you only hold my blessings for yourself, they will stagnate. But if you allow them to flow through you to others, they will become a river of life that never runs dry. You are being called to lead, to heal, to speak truth to power, and to provide hope to the hopeless. Do not say I am only a child or I am too broken, for I have used your brokenness to create a mosaic of my glory. Every moment of your dark night was a lecture in the school of the Spirit, and you have graduated with honors. The world is waiting for the unique frequency of your voice, for the specific way you love, and for the testimony of how I brought you out with a mighty hand. If you feel the call of this new mission burning in your chest right now, do not stay silent. This is the moment to cross the line from listener to partner in my work. Type "I accept my mission" or 12 twos in the comments right now to signal to the heavens that you are ready to step into your assignment. By doing this, you are confirming that you will no longer live for yourself alone, but for the purpose that I have etched into your DNA. Furthermore, if you haven't already joined this family of believers, and press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now. This is your act of spiritual enlistment, ensuring you stay connected to the orders coming from the throne. I am building a global army of chosen ones, and you are a vital part of the front line. The silence of the past was my way of ensuring you were ready for the noise of the coming impact. You are empowered, you are anointed, and you are being sent forth with my full backing. Your new life will be marked by a sense of divine gravity, a pull toward people and situations that need the light you carry. I will give you the words to say when you don't know what to speak, and I will give you the courage to stand when everyone else is bowing. You are not just being blessed, you are being made a blessing. The financial restoration, the emotional healing, and the relational peace I have promised you are all tools for this mission. I am giving you the resources because I know I can trust you to use them for the expansion of my light. This is why the enemy fought you so hard. He wasn't afraid of your past. He was terrified of this very moment, the moment you realize why you were born. The storm has passed, the sky is clearing, and your true life is finally beginning. Walk forward with the confidence of a king and the humility of a servant, for I am walking right beside you, and our greatest work is just beginning. Behold, I am the Lord, the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me? I want you to look at the stars and try to count them, for just as they are fixed in their courses by my command, so is the promise I have made to you. This is the unbreakable covenant, a divine contract signed in the heavens before you ever took your first breath. I have watched you doubt my word because the world has taught you that everything is temporary, that every promise has an expiration date, and that every love eventually grows cold. But I am not like the world. My love is an ancient fire that cannot be quenched, and my word is an anchor that holds even when the foundations of the earth are shaken. I did not bring you through the fire of the previous seasons just to let you perish in the rain. I did not refine you into gold just to leave you in the dust. I am the Alpha and the Omega, and I always finish what I begin. The covenant I have with you is not based on your performance, but on my character. Even when you were faithless, I remained faithful because I cannot deny myself, and you are a part of me. Hear my decree: the season of your struggle has officially been overruled by the season of my favor. I have placed my seal upon your forehead and my name within your heart. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. This is the heritage of my chosen ones. I am the great I am, and I am standing between you and every force that seeks to diminish your light. The covenant I have established with you is a shield that the enemy cannot penetrate, and a bridge that the darkness cannot cross. I have promised to be your God, and you shall be my child, and nothing in life or death can separate us. This is the bedrock of your reality. You can rest your entire weight upon this truth. You can build your house upon this rock and know that when the floods come and the winds blow, your house will stand, for it is founded upon the eternal word. Your future is not a question mark, it is a period. It is finished, it is settled, it is done. My covenant is your security, and my presence is your peace. Do you understand the weight of what I am telling you? I am the creator of time, and I have already seen you standing on the other side of your victory. I have seen you walking in the abundance I have prepared. I have seen you laughing again, the kind of laughter that comes from deep within a soul that knows it is safe. This covenant is my oath to you. I have sworn by my own name because there is no name greater. I am the God who makes a way where there is no way, the God who brings life out of dead things, and the God who calls those things which be not as though they were. You are no longer a slave to fear, for you are a child of the covenant. Every chain that has bound your family for generations is melting away in the heat of my presence. I am doing a quick work in your life, a work that will make the ears of those who hear of it tingle. This is the hour of the great reversal. I am taking the things that were meant for your evil and turning them for your good. This is not just a hope, it is a divine certainty. You are the apple of my eye, the treasure of my heart, and the object of my eternal affection. Walk in this confidence, for the King has spoken, and his word will not return void. My beloved child, we have stood together at the threshold of the heavens during this sacred hour, and you have felt the very fabric of your reality begin to ripple and shift. But know this, A seed can only grow if it is planted, and a promise can only be activated if it is claimed with the authority of your own voice. The words I have spoken to you today are not merely sounds to soothe your mind. They are spiritual keys to the kingdom I have prepared for you. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and I am telling you that the cycle of your wandering is officially over. The shadows of the past are dissolving into the brilliance of the new dawn I am breaking over your life. This is the moment where your faith must meet my power. Do not let this message simply fade into the noise of your day. You must seal this prophecy right now in this very second so that the enemy cannot steal the seeds of greatness that have been sown into your spirit. I am calling you to perform a final act of spiritual activation. If you believe that I have spoken directly to your soul, and if you are ready to walk through the doors I have opened for you, do not stay silent. Seal this prophecy now and forever. Type Amen or It is done in the comments to lock this blessing into your life. By writing these words, you are placing a divine seal upon the promises of restoration, justice, and healing that I have decreed over you today. You are signaling to the entire spiritual realm that you have moved from the waiting room into the manifestation room. This is your signature on the covenant we have made. Let the world see your faith and let the heavens record your agreement. Your words carry the power of life, and as you type them, you are speaking your new reality into existence. But remember, my chosen one, this is only the beginning of the most magnificent chapter of your life. There is so much more. I have to show you secrets of the deep and heights of glory that you cannot yet imagine. I have written your name in the book of life with a pen made of light, and there is a secret name that I have given to you, a name known only to me and you, that carries the full authority of your true identity. In our next meeting, I will begin to reveal the deeper mysteries of your lineage and the specific secrets hidden within your name. You are not just a survivor of the storm, you are an architect of the new world I am building. Stay close to my heart, for the path ahead is paved with miracles, and I am leading you by the hand into a territory of joy you have never known. Now, as you step out into this new day, carry my peace like a royal garment. You are protected, you are provided for, and you are loved with an everlasting love. Become a permanent part of this spiritual family of believers, so that my voice can continue to reach you in your times of need. Join us now by pressing the like button and subscribing to this channel to signal your agreement with heaven. Type I receive or 7007 to activate your miracles immediately. Share this light with 3 other souls who are still lost in the dark, and watch how my favor multiplies in your life as you become a vessel of my grace. Go in peace, for the battle is won and your miracle is here. I will meet you again in the secret place where the next revelation of your destiny awaits. It is done. Amen.